Hey guys, so it's Trish again. We're gonna solve this integration using partial fraction. So today I'm just put few questions. So this is let's say it's question 1. Yes. So this question 1 is to find the integration of x squared plus 20x plus 6 divided by x cubed plus 2x squared plus x dx. So guys, when you are solving the integration and using by partial fraction, there is a lot of rules and then you have to respect that, because if you don't respect that, you're still gonna find the answer, but mathematically your answer might not make sense because you didn't respect how the partial fraction works when you are using the integration. So the first things for partial integration, you have first to check the power. So you check this power, the power is 2. So, and then this power also is the power 3. So when you have something like this, what you have to do from there, you're just gonna use the partial fraction. But if let's say this power was the same today, so we have power 3 and then we have power 3, so we can't just do already a partial fraction, because few of the question you might use that and then you find the answer, but that answer doesn't make really sense. So why? Because when you have the same power, let's say we have 3 and then we have 3, what you have first to do, we have to do long division. And then after doing long division, then from there you can apply partial fraction. So we might find some question like that, and then I will let you know how you can approach those kind of question. So let's see how we can solve that integration. So what I will do is what? The first things, we only deal about the denominator. Every single partial integration is to deal first with the denominator. So that denominator, is x to power 3 plus 2x squared plus x. So from here, you see like we have x, so we can factorize x. So we factorizing x, we left with x squared plus 2x squared plus 1. So now guys, so this is just x. So x squared plus 2x plus 1, because we just factorize 1x. So now guys, if you check now a 2x, this you can also write like this. So let me just write here. So when you have 2x, is the same things like a x plus x. So if you write this in terms of x, this is this x, you open the bracket, x squared plus x plus x plus 1. So this is the same meaning like is the same meaning to what? If you say x plus x is 2x, so it's the same things. Now guys, realize like this part and this you can factorize. If you factorize x here, you're just gonna left with x plus 1. If you factorize 1, you're gonna left with x plus 1, and then you realize like they are the same. But if you don't want to do what I'm just doing, other way, it just you solve this a quadratic equation, and those racine you're gonna find like your x1 and xt. You now gonna write like this can only be write like x factor of x plus 1 squared. So this is just x plus 1 squared. So it means what? X cubed plus 2x squared plus x is x squared plus 1. So now since we have this, now we just gonna take this integral d. So which was 5x squared plus 20x plus 6 divided by x plus 1 squared. So this is going to give a over x plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x plus 1 squared. But can you see, I'm just like the power is 2, so it means I have to stop where the power is given. If it was 3, so I'm gonna go again for 2 until I stop for 3. If it's 4, so on, so on. So now what is the meaning now? We have now to solve the value of what? We have to find the value of a, b, and c. How can we find out those values? So what we do, we're just gonna take this equation, we multiply by x plus 1 squared, and make sure guys this x is not for multiplication, huh? Because since there is a bracket, it's already like it's a multiplication. So now this we just gonna have this part, if you times by this one is gonna cancel. We have gonna have only 5x squared plus 20x plus 6 and equal. So this x It's gonna cancel with this. We're just gonna left with a is what? X plus 1 squared plus b. If you say this, it's gonna cancel because this is power 1, but it's power 2, so it's mean we're gonna left with x plus 1. And then so if you times this, the power 2 is gonna cancel. We're just gonna have cx. So this is how you will do. Now guys, let's see how can we solve this integration, this equation easy. If you want, you can say x squared plus 2x. You're just gonna spending this one or multiply this. Guys, that's long. What you have just to do is what? You're gonna give some value, like let's say x is 0. So everywhere you find x, put 0. So I'm gonna say 0, if I put here, it's just gonna be 0. If I put here is 0, I'm just gonna left with 6. And then if I put 0 here, so I'm gonna have 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So I'm just gonna have with a. But now check, if I put 0 here, is 0. If I also put here 0, so this part is gonna be. So therefore, the value of a, we found it very easier. So the value of a is what? Is 6. So now, we found the value of a. Now let's see how to find out the value of c. To find the value of c, if I say, if x is negative 1, so I'm gonna put where there is x negative 1. So guys, if I put this negative here, it's gonna be positive. So positive 1 times 5 is 5. If I put here, it's gonna be what? It's gonna be negative 20 and plus 6. So now there I'm gonna left with 5 plus 6, which is 11, minus 20. So we're gonna only left with what? We're only gonna left with negative what? Negative 9, this side. If you plug minus 1, minus 1. So this side, if I say this negative I put here, is already 0. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Even we know the value of a is 6, but 6 times 0 is 0. If we put here 1 also, it's going to be 1 minus 1 is 0. So b also is going to be 0. But for c, we're going to realize that we're going to find negative c. And then therefore, if you want to solve the value of c, c here is just going to give us 9. So we found the value of what? Of c. So guys, realize we have the value of a, and then we have the value of what? Of c. So now how can we find the value of b? Now here, put any number you want, 3, 5, 11, whatever. But me, I'm just gonna advise you guys to start taking every single time the less number, the small one. So you're gonna say if x now is what? 1. So if I put 1 here, this is 1. I also put here 1. It's gonna be, this side is gonna be positive. So I'm gonna left with 5 plus 20 plus 6. So it's only gonna give us what? 31. So we're gonna have this one, 31. Equal now, guys. Check. What is the value of a? We know the value of a is what? 6. So we're gonna put here 6. And what is x? X already says 1. 1 plus 1 is what? Is 2. 2 times 2 squared, it's just gonna have 4. So you're gonna have 4 there. Plus b, we don't know the value, we put b. What is x? Is 1, we put 1, and 1, and 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, times 1 is still 2, times b, so we're just gonna left with 2 there. But what is the value of c? c is 9. What is x? X is 1. 9 times 1, we're just gonna have 9. So from here now, we're gonna have 31 equal to 24. This is 24. This is just 2b plus 9. So now, guys, we're just going to have 31. So this 24, it can be added with 5. So if we say 24 plus 5 is 32, 33 plus 2b. So now this, from here, we can plug this side. So it's going to be 31 minus 33 equal to 2b. So from here now, we have negative 2, huh? Yeah, so we're just gonna left with negative 2 equal to 2 plus b. So divide both sides by b by 2. So this b, we're just gonna left with 1. So we found the value. We have, guys, you can see, we have now the value of what? Of b. So now, how to solve the integration? So if you say the integration, like I put the integration of 5x squared plus 20x plus 6 divide by x cubed, if you repeat it again, 2x squared plus x dx, that was the question. This is the value of a. What is the value of a? A, we found it already 6. So we're going to have 6 over x. And then b is going to be negative 1. This is negative 1 over x plus 1. So you're going to have x plus 1. What is now c? C, we already found the value of c is 9. So you're going to have plus 9 over x plus 1 square. Now everything here with times by dx. So how can we do now this? So to do this now, it's just going to be what? It's just going to be this. 6 over x is ln, right? So we're just going to have 6 ln of x. And then, so since the power here is 1, is also ln. So we're just going to repeat this negative, and then we're going to have ln of what? X plus what? Plus 1. But guys, make sure you put the absolute value. But here you can left, because this 6 is a positive number. So any, if negative, this is we know like it's an even number. So even number, if you put negative, it's still going to be positive. So you don't have to worry. So, but here we're going to put the absolute there. And then guys, now check this one. So we have x plus 1. Don't say this is ln. These, they are different. What was the power of this integral? The power is like 1. When you have 1, you're allowed to say it's ln. But there, the power is 2. So the easy way now, guys, you're going to start taking. Every single time when you are dealing the integration like this, you can say, let's say x plus 1 equal to t, and then you do the derivative, you're going to find the answer. But if you don't want to do that, since this is only to power 2, and guys, and then we don't have any number like a square there, it's just a linear, but to power 2. So it means what? You're just creating a negative. So you put a negative, you repeat this 9, and then you do this minus 1. So x plus 1, and then plus c. So this is the answer for this integration. But if you don't want, just go develop this integration 9x plus 1. Guys, you're going to find that one. So, you can stop here if you want, but if you really love math, and then you guys, I know you are engineers and scientists, guys. So what you can do is what? Remember like a 6 ln x minus, we have this part is a ln. So like I'm just gonna put for information, I'm gonna use pen red to say it's attention. So when you have ln of a minus ln of b, this guys is ln of a over what? Over b. So what does it mean? So I can take this 6, let me just write down for you. If you want, you can simplify this answer to be ln of x to power 6, this that one, negative ln of x plus 1, absolute value there, negative 9 over x plus 1 plus c. So now here we can apply this. Applying that one is going to be ln over x to power 6 divided by x plus 1, negative 9 over x plus 1 plus c. Always you have to put c, because we didn't give the integration doesn't have what? Doesn't have the limit. If let's say here they put 2, 0, then from here we don't have to put the c, because we're gonna have just a value. So guys, this is how you can solve this integration. That was very easier. And then I believe like if you guys you really follow the instruction, you will solve this partial integration. Yeah, let's solve the next question.